Welcome to Rugby Chat for yet another year. Welcome to ADT Rugby Chat. Bit of a difference today. I think a few months ago we had a bit of a chat with Wasaki Naholo down at McFarlane's Tyres. Today we're at the University Department of Music. I'm with David Harrison here. Now David, I see you've got a few budding guitarists behind me here.
Yep.
And I hear you've had up to 4 or 5 of the Highlander boys in your group. Tell me what's going on. What's it all about?
Well, Peter Sinclair initially contacted me, asked me about the possibility of giving a few of the guys music lessons, primarily guitar.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I'm totally into engagement with the Highlanders and
Yep.
the local community, full stop. And so a bunch of them came along, and we've been working at it for about 6 or 7, 8 weeks now, 9 weeks, maybe a little bit longer. And they've done an amazing job.
Are they any good?
You know what? For the amount of time that we've had to learn songs, yeah, in a word, yeah.
They're good. So there's a couple of budding Jimi Hendrixes here.
Oh, well, yeah, I'll say yeah.
So, the guys obviously. Was it your idea? Was it the university's idea to get these boys along, or it was just? I know they're doing this outreach program that Sinclair's trying to organise.
Yep.
But was it your idea to get these kids to come along and offer them this as an opportunity?
Well, he sort of asked me what the possibility was of teaching a bit of guitar, and I'm the primary guitar tutor here anyway at the university, and I was absolutely stoked for the opportunity to work with them. Really,
Right.
I think it's fantastic that anybody should have something to do with music.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
From what I've gathered, they really appreciate.
So
this.
with a lot of the guys you've been, had they had any background? Had any of them had any background in music before they started here?
I don't think they've had a huge amount of to do with music, before. I mean, they all love music and they can play the odd chord, and some are better than others, and
Yep.
they've had a little bit of, round the barbecue sort of training.
Right.
But generally speaking, I think most of them started off not really knowing what they were doing as far as the chords go, and so we've been working on knowing chords and playing a few songs, and
Right.
I mean that was the brief really, some sing-along songs on the bus or on tour. And
Yeah. So
stuff like
it's
that.
and it's sort of basically a once a week gig for these guys.
Once a week, yeah, 2 o'clock on a Tuesday they come along, and that's been a free period of time for me here at the university, and that's been important.
So let's talk about you and your music program here. So what are you, primarily your guitar with music, or you're right across the
I'm involved with the contemporary music program, and so I basically band coach, guitar tutor. I do a bit of vocals recording stuff with vocal students, music technology, songwriting, all sorts of stuff. Really.
Okay,
Yeah.
and there it is, and we'll go and have a look at now at some of these players in action and see what they've learned over the last 5 or 6 weeks. Right, now I'm with Aaron Smith and Tay Walden here. The rest of the boys have already disappeared. They heard I was coming, so they've already scarpered. So boys, look. So I'll start with you, Aaron. Just tell me about this. So was this a bit left field when was it brought up to your attention you could come and do this?
I sort of asked Pete probably last year about it, and said I'd love to learn an instrument, and never really followed through. Would always sort of escape away from Pete and say I don't want to do it. But I said to him this year I really wanted to do something with our days off and our afternoons off, and I just said, can you sort out guitar lessons? And I think at first it was a bit pricey if we did it properly.
Yep.
And then we were lucky that Dave came on board and just was willing to do it. And as you can tell, a few of the boys found it a bit hard, but I've been loving it. And
so have you got any background apart from a few beers and singing on the bar?
Mate, I'm definitely more of a get grogged up and then start singing, but
Yeah.
I've never been one to.
Have you
play
played
on
an instrument
guitar.
before?
Never, nah.
Right.
So my mum's very musical, but I never rubbed off on me. So.
Okay, Tay, what about you? Getting over another big weekend for Southern, and so have you got any musical background?
No, nothing at all there. I was sort of the same boat. A few of the boys expressed a bit of interest, and Pete here got us a gig with Dave, and really enjoyed our time here. Started off completely not knowing anything, and still don't know too much, but I think I do sometimes. But yeah, I've just always sort of been interested in playing an instrument, and wish I started at a young age, really.
Right, boys, look, we'll come back to, we'll talk a bit about how good a singers you are as well. We better just quickly talk about this weekend. Well, we'll talk about last weekend first, boys. Talk me through that. Bit of a bad day at the office for us. Can we recover and go on and get these 5 points we probably need against the Blues?
Yeah, definitely, mate. I think once poor Jerry passed away, I think that really lit a fire for them, and I think it was a bit of a fuel to their kind of the action of it. So Yeah, it was a tough night, and you know, we've lost another couple of guys, but you know, we've got opportunity still. It's not like we've missed out. Probably one of those things when you know you've made the quarterfinals, you maybe have gone a bit tentative, and we were kind of trying to get to this week more than last. So, you know, we're excited, and you know, we've had a season like the Blues before, and we want to get them in a spin pretty early and try put them to the sword.
Well, you've got a bit of a favour there at the end of that game, because I watched that. I watched the other game the next morning. I didn't watch the game. That was the Chiefs game, and I saw them score that last try. And I immediately just switched the TV. Obviously, they've got 5 points. That isn't that good for us, but obviously the call went against them a bit down the line. So you'd have to say, boys, you've still got a pretty good chance of getting that home semi-final, haven't you?
Yeah. No, we're in a good spot, and I think we put a lot of hard work into getting other bonus points that we took. You know, even game 1 we took a shot at goal to get 1 point, and at 1 point in this comp is, you know, our attitude this year wasn't to survive, it was to definitely make the playoffs, and you know, we're in, and we'd love to fill that stadium out next week. So.
Oh, boys, I tell you, we'd get 23, 24 plus when we had a home semi.
I guarantee we would. Yeah, Otago would be bloody proud, I reckon.
Have you been asked to play lock on Saturday?
Oh,
you're reasonably tall.
As I was saying to the masseuse on the weekend, I was like, stretch me out, mate, I'm ready to go, but the legs are a bit short, so
have they bought anybody else in, lads, or are we just going to go with the boys we've got?
I think we're going with the boys we've got, a couple of local boys in there. But
well, you've got old Jackson, and Jackson will step up.
Yeah, Jackson's stepped up all season. It's a good season for GI, and he's been rewarded with a spot on the bench this weekend.
And obviously Big Joe from Singapore, he'll start now, I'd imagine. He'll be the number 1 lock. He'll be the man.
Yeah, he'll be calling the lineouts. I'm sure he's been doing it all week, and yeah, it just shows that, you know, it's accessible Super Rugby from club, and you know, if you have good seasons, put out good performances, you know, rugby's a pretty crack-up thing. Injuries happen.
Okay, boys, let's get back onto the serious stuff. Can you just give us a couple of bars to go out with? You don't have to sing if you want to.
That is a stitch up.
But let's just give us a couple of bars just to finish it off. Come on, boys.
Take it away, Nug.
No. We'll get the boss. He's got to come over. And
get the boss to come over and give you a hand. Get David over here just to start you off.
Oh God.
Ready? 2, 3, 4.
Hey, it's a bit repetitive.
Well, there it is. I'll tell you what. Just about all over from rugby. Just think about that. The boys have been doing this for 4 or 5 weeks. I think it's a pretty good effort, and we'll be back with you again soon. Done. Well done, lads.
Yeah,
outstanding work.
You ready? 3, 4.
Oh,
Keep going.
joking.
Cool change.